So, for those of you who know me from college, um, those of you who know me as my new trademark name, Lucid, uh, originally I was known as Chinaman. For those who know me personally, I do not go by that name anymore. Everything now is just business. But this video here will probably be a lot more serious than, you know, all of my other videos, just due to the fact that I just have certain things to say that pretty much cannot be said anywhere else. So, fuck it. I guess I would just stay here and clear my mind. So, pretty much, I have a couple of things to talk about, and it's all in regards to just trading, honestly. Um, there's this big misconception with trading, and none of this is rehearsed. This is just me speaking. But there's this big misconception with trading that being able to do these things to make this type of money, um, it's hard. No, it's not hard whatsoever. It just requires a certain amount of discipline. And it doesn't matter what type of background you're coming from. Me, I went through, high school, flying colors. I went to college. I did not pay to go to school. You feel me? I was fully degreed, for free. So I had nothing but just room and opportunity to just, why not learn how to invest? And, funny thing about that, when it comes to my background in trading, um, I ended up getting got as well with those, what do you call it, network marketing schemes. Um, let's just say people hollering and tooting about knowing how to trade, or showing you a particular skill set, and they didn't know jack shit about trading. Let's just say that. So my upbringing was a little different. I didn't have to necessarily start from scratch. More of the story, I've been plugged in and connected, to be around six-figure traders. So there's little things that I've picked up and learned from people and turned into my own development of a trader for myself. But I wouldn't honestly necessarily say that I learned anything when it comes to a trading approach from the select few of six-figure serial entrepreneurs. I used to talk to a lot of people who make six figures legitimately and solely from trading. I'm not talking about no network marketing gurus. I'm not talking about course sellers. I'm talking about real people with six-figure trading accounts, closer to $1 million in them, and asking them, what was the things that you've done in order to get this money? And a lot of the times it has nothing to do with trading. So let's nip that completely in the bud. Um, when it comes to trading, I'll explain it like this. So when you really look at the inside of trading, you have certain individuals who excel pretty well with trading. And what I mean by that is, they understand the markets fairly deeply. They use a standard amount of risk. They don't change that risk. They build upon that capital, and they continuously keep growing it and growing it and growing it. So for most people, it's more so like a consistency thing. But here's the trick. You have people, well, here's the thing. You have people that's on the other side of this diagram that don't understand the markets as deeply as you, don't have the same stats as you, but for some reason they make more money than you. That's the kicker. They have a certain level of discipline, a certain level of risk management, and then let's also say a certain level of luck, where by you consistently, and this is what I mean by luck, by you consistently doing the same exact thing over and over and over every single day, you're bound to win. I promise you, you are. You're bound to win every single time. Now, when you compare these two people on these diagrams, let's say for instance, the person on the right hand side has a 40% win rate, 50% win rate, but for whatever reason, he still makes more money than you. And you have something that's a 60, 70, 80% win rate. You're a lot more consistent. You catch a lot more points, but you're not increasing your lot size. So why does it really matter how you have a statistical advantage in the marketplace if you're not increasing the lot size? And there goes into a lot when it comes into, the increasing of a lot size. Again, it's all about having discipline, consistency within your trading, and also mental fortitude, because when you're dealing with small numbers for such a long period of time, you get used to that. You get used to seeing $100, $200 days when it has nothing to do with money. And that is one of the biggest problems with trading, is everyone thinks that it has to do with money. Oh, I need more money, I need money, I need money. You don't need shit. You've literally sat here and watched me within 9 months, the very first YouTube video that I've posted on here, all the way up until the very last. You watched me for 9 to 12 months take a $250 investment and turn that investment all the way into $33,000. Now, for those of you who are going to say, well, you have time, you sit at home and you day trade, here's where I'm about to fuck your head up. I work 2 jobs. One full time, one part time, one paying 24 an hour, the other one paying 18. I come home, I get on the charts, I record, I make content, I check in with my community, I study, I do everything that you are doing, but I 10x it. You have no excuse. That whole job, or the job is holding you back, school is holding you back, is complete utter bullshit, and you're lying to yourself. You don't have the discipline, you don't have the edge, you don't have proper risk management. You're never going to see 100K. You're never going to see $33,000 winning days. Well, you're never going to see $33,000 within a year. You're not going to have days where you're going to be able to say that you can consistently make 10K monthly, because your capital gains are so short term. You don't even think about the possibility of being able to make that over the next couple months. You want to make it today. And this is why you forever keep losing. You're making this shit harder than what it necessarily has to be. Because you don't have an edge. You refuse to journal. You refuse to be patient. You refuse to wait. You lack discipline. It goes on and on and on. And then when you put someone who has discipline, has consistency, has an edge next to you, they're able to accomplish all of the things that you struggled for years to do within 6 to 8 months. Don't you find that to be a little bit funny on why you can be trading longer than someone, maybe even better than someone, but for some reason you're not seeing the same level of success? You have to stop. The sooner you wake up and realize everything that you're doing is complete and utter bullshit and or wrong, the faster you'll make money.